Welcome, everybody, to BBVA Compass Field in lovely Birmingham, Alabama, where today we have a women's soccer match between your UAB Blazers and the North Texas Mean Green. This is Josh Gleason here, calling play-by-play, and I'm joined by my associate, Zach Jones. Zach, I hope you're ready for some fun Conference USA women's soccer action tonight.
I'm ready to watch some great Conference USA women's soccer tonight, Josh. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, not a problem. Happy to be here as well. This is really a lovely night in Birmingham when weather changes over to fall here. Certainly a little more bearable than the summer months that we had. A little more cooler, a little bit more better for soccer action. But tonight's action, North Texas, number 2 team in Conference USA right now. Blazers coming in with a 4-8-1 record. North Texas 9-4-1 overall. Blazers struggled a little bit lately, failing to score in 4 straight games, whereas they're playing a Mean Green team that is currently 5th in the conference as we get underway here. 5th in Conference USA in goals scored. Zach, when you're an offense, a team that's struggled to score lately in the Blazers, and you're playing such a high-octane offense like North Texas, do you think it's better for the Blazers to kind of pack things in and look for the counterattack, or do you think they should try to open things up and push the pace and try to break through the struggles that they've had lately?
Yeah, I think they just need to settle in, just get possession of the ball, get comfortable, play their game, and then when the chances arise that they, take opportunity of those chances.
And right now the Blazers breaking through a little bit here. North Texas does their best just to clear it out and get reset. The UAB starting lineup tonight, they're missing a regular. Jessica Doe is out for the first time this year. That leaves now just 3 players who have started every single game for the Blazers this year. Rachel Green, forward, Kelsey Daughtry, the goalkeeper, and then Megan Hudgens as well, who joins Green up top. So one key piece missing for the Blazers tonight, and Doe, like I said, the first time that she has not started this year. But Paige Mary, a freshman, getting her first ever start in the midfield for the Blazers. Maybe that's part of head coach Harry Warren's tactics to try to mix things up and change the offense up a little bit for tonight. North Texas now swinging around to the left side. Cross finds somebody in the middle for the Mean Green. And UAB is able to push the Mean Green off the ball and take back over possession.
I think UAB is, looking comfortable possessing the ball right now, showing that they are able to stay with the Mean Green. So I think, it's going to be a good game tonight.
The Blazers definitely have had a little bit more success so far this year at home compared to on the road. 4-2-1 at BBVA Compass Field, but 0-6 overall in away or neutral site games. So that definitely gives you a bit of hope and promise for tonight's game, the fact that they've been able to play so well at home. I know they had a big upset earlier in the year against UTEP, a big double overtime win in which they scored late in the second overtime, only about a minute left in the clock to beat a very quality UTEP team, a team that stands right up near the middle of the pack, at least in the conference.
When they play here at BBVA Compass Field, the crowd that UAB draws, it's just something about it.
It definitely helps out a lot. I know the other night, the men's game against Kentucky last Saturday, a big win for the men's team, winning 2-1, holding on to an early 2-0 lead that came via Henry Esposito. The crowd for that game was well over 1,000 that night, and we were a pretty decent crowd here tonight. Rachel Green trying to settle in under the ball. Does a nice job of kind of dummying the defender there and faking out that she was going to hit the ball one way with her head and going the other way. Blazers trying to build up play here now, like you said, trying to maintain possession, play their style of offense. Long shot. Doesn't get anywhere near the net, unfortunately, that time for the Blazers. That one taken by Amy Brewer,
Wide
a
left.
midfielder for the Blazers. The goalkeeper tonight for the Mean Green, Miranda Schoening, out of all the Mean Green players, all of them are Texas natives originally, except for Miranda Schoening, the only person on the roster from outside Texas. And what do you know, fittingly, she is actually from the state of Alabama, only about an hour away from Oxford, Alabama.
There you go.
Schoening playing. She took over for Brooke Bradley after Bradley suffered an injury a few games ago. Schoening has stepped in and played pretty well in goal for the Mean Green ever since having to take over those duties.
The Blazers on attack here.
Yeah, and they're doing a nice job. They've definitely controlled possession for the most part in this game. Right now, you're definitely seeing a little bit of physical play. Not a big surprise from these two teams. These are the two teams that lead Conference USA in yellow cards, amongst the leaders in fouls overall as well. So don't be surprised if you see some physical play overall tonight from both of these teams.
Our first whistle for the night.
I'm not sure if that one was offsides or a foul on the Mean Green there. We're just closing in on going under 40 minutes to play here in the first half. Not really any real scoring chances so far, but the Blazers have definitely controlled possession, which is a good sign for them, trying to build some momentum, hopefully try to get an early goal and break this scoreless streak that they're currently on. Blazers cycling things around from left to right. Rachel Green back with the ball. They really seem to be kind of dictating, making sure to get the ball into Green, as we see a shot here from number 17 for the Blazers, Marin Carter. That one, though, hit right at Shaning, who's able to easily swallow that ball up and now clears it out. Mean Green having a little bit of a hard time getting under that one, though, keeping it at their feet. The Blazers originally able to take it over, but North Texas immediately gets right back on the ball, and a long cross sails out of bounds. They also set up a goal kick for the Blazers goalkeeper, Daughtry.
That's one shot on goal for the Blazers, 2 shots in total.
And like you said, going into the game, this is an opportunity for the Blazers to kind of try to mix things up, get things going back in the right direction again, and try to maintain possession and play their style of play. And, I mean, so far, at least through the early going, they're certainly doing that.
That's for sure. They're looking comfortable in the field. They're looking like they know they're out there, and they look comfortable.
That's definitely a key thing. Like we said, for a team that only has 15 goals right now through the season, 1-4-1 record in conference, whereas the Mean Green are 4-1-0 in conference. That first loss happening in their last game against UTSA, a 3-0 letdown by North Texas after they had won 4 straight games. So they're a little bit on the downside, certainly showed some weakness losing to the Roadrunners like that. UTSA team, middle of the pack in the conference, 2-3 in conference right now, 6-8 overall, so not the best loss for the North Texas team to take at the time when they're in a battle with Western Kentucky for the conference lead and trying to get that 1 seed in the tournament. The Mean Green line up a free kick and deliver it into the box. A header further into the box, and that finds the feet of a Mean Green forward, but that's booted wide. Probably the best scoring chance so far for either team, but not a great touch on the other end. Really high quality cross, though, to get that into the box. That was Rachel Holden who had the shot there. Very dangerous player for this team. She enters the game among active Division I players, tied for 16th in the country in career goals at 36, and tied for 23rd in the country in points at 81. And right there, already looking dangerous, being the first one to have an opportunity for the Mean Green.
Those are some impressive stats. The Blazers need to keep in mind where she's out on the field at all times.
And not too much of a surprise either that Holden has ended up having such a great career, a senior for them. She was a former 4-star recruit, so one of the better recruits that the North Texas Mean Green have been able to pull in. They do have a team with a few transfers as well. 2 girls that played at Texas, and Katie Gernsbacher and Marshall Davis, both of them starting tonight, and then as well as Mississippi State transfer Lauren Bruffett. So some high quality players overall for this North Texas team, and definitely a reason why they sit, second in Conference USA right now.
That's for sure.
UAB, though, looking like the stronger team overall, generally keeping possession. North Texas getting a few glimpses of hope at time. They do have the best scoring opportunity so far in this game, but as we see again right here, the Blazers taking it back over. that the Mean Green have just been unable to consistently hold on to possession in this game. There's a shot just a little bit wide. It looks like it would have gone if Daughtry didn't get underneath that one, but she made sure to corral it just in case. Katie Gernsbacher on the shot there. Just got done talking about her as one of the Texas transfers.
I think the Blazers need to get control, find some feet, and just get back to where they were at the beginning of the game. Just, find what their comfortable game is.
Just kind of settle back down again.
Settle back down, yes. Mean Green again on the attack.
And they worked that ball up quite quickly after taking over possession from the Blazers. A shot from outside the box. That one swallowed up once again by Daughtry. Looked like it was one of the wingers for this North Texas team. Might have been Sutton that time on the shot. Haley Sutton, number 3. She generally holds on to that right wing's position, whereas Holden's usually on the left amongst their wingers. Blazers working the ball back up now. Finally getting the ball back into the North Texas third of the field. It's been a few minutes since we've seen the Blazers starting to push and holding possession like they're doing now. And that one finds the feet of a Blazer. And a foul while trying to get possession of that ball. Number 21, Megan Hudgens, was the one down the ground there who had the ball come to her feet. She lost possession trying to make a move with the ball to get by the defender. Couldn't keep control of it, and when she was on the ground, kind of made a last-ditch effort that the referee didn't seem to like too much. So blew the whistle and gave the ball back to the Mean Green.
The Blazers look good there, spreading the field, seeing their options, spreading Mean Green out, and, that was a good offensive run there for the Blazers.
It'll be interesting to see how they try to mix in a few other offensive tactics throughout the game. It seems like, for the most part, they're trying to play the ball through the middle of the field to either Rachel Green or Megan Hudgens and have them try to make a play with the ball as the Blazers once again take over possession. North Texas barely on the other side of the field before they give away the ball.
When you have two very talented players up top as forwards, as UAB does, it's hard not to give them the ball and see what magic they can do up top.
It's definitely not a bad strategy. Just put the ball at the feet of your best players and hope that they can create and make something happen for your team. A cross coming in here that just misses the head of a Mean Green defender. Falls back to the Blazers, and looked like a hard pass trying to push it through by Marin Carter, but the Mean Green able to briefly clear it out and get reset on the defensive end. But the Blazers with a sloppy turnover right there. That one definitely very little pressure on the Blazers offense. It just the pass just got away from her. It looked like Amy Brewer was the one who lost control of the ball there, was not able to bring it in.
Another throw in here for the North Texas Mean Green.
Approaching the 13th minute here of the game. About 3 shots for the Blazers, I believe it is right now, and 2 for North Texas as the Mean Green pushing it hard here. And the Blazers able to at least clear it away from the attacking forward up top there. Clear the danger for the time being. The Mean Green still have the ball. And a shot just barely kind of rainbows over the goalkeeper and into the net, and North Texas finds a way to get on the board here in about the 13th minute of play. North Texas now leads 1-0. It seemed like a cross there that the UAB defense seemed to think that they had, and I think it might have been Holden who just got a piece of it, and it just kind of rainbowed up over the goalkeeper and into the net.
To me, that looked like it was almost off one of UAB's players bouncing into the net.
Might have hit off a Blazer foot and deflected in the wrong way. We'll have to check the official stats and see what was awarded there.
So for those just joining us, North Texas Mean Green up 1-0 on the UAB Blazers with 31 left in the first half.
And the first goal, especially if that's an own goal, that's really an unfortunate way to fall down 1-0. But UAB stepping up the pressure a little bit now. Kerr applying the pressure, trying to sneak in behind the defense. some rough play right there. As we talked about at the beginning of the game, these are the two teams that lead Conference USA in yellow cards, so don't be too surprised. So don't be too surprised if you see a lot of physical play like we just saw in the middle of the field there. And as of right now, at least, it's going to be the goal for North Texas is going to be awarded an own goal. I think that's one of the main reasons why the goalkeeper Daughtry kind of had a hard time with it. It looked like she kind of came out to try to dive on it and take away any attack, try to erase the pressure before it really even happened. But one of the Blazer players, Megan Morrow, got a piece of it. It looked like she was probably trying to just clear it wide, and unfortunately put it right into the back of the net for the Blazers, as Daughtry was unable to adjust after it hit her foot.
Like you said, I think there's a miscommunication between Morrow and Daughtry back there. But, that's something they can settle, and, they can go on from there. The ref blowing his whistle, putting a pause to play right now.
Coach Harold Warren pleading for a yellow card to be assigned to the North Texas team after that, but unfortunately he is not going to get his wish this time around.
I think the ref made himself clear, though. There's enough of that.
A long cross play in the box. North Texas able to get on the end of it, and that's going to be called a foul on North Texas, as Holden definitely got her foot up very high there trying to make a play right in front of the goalkeeper. Certainly don't blame her for trying to stick her foot up and get a piece of that one, but unfortunately for her in that situation, there was a UAB defender right there, and the referee called it. She pretty much wrapped her leg right around her head.
A little dangerous play, high kick on 16, Holden.
A girl who certainly seems to always be in the right place at the right time. That's got to be certainly one of the reasons that she's among the active Division I career leaders in goals and points. That's half the battle, not just having the talent, speed, and the ability to to boot the ball, but also being in the right place at the right time, the instincts that come with the game. And I think it's pretty evident early on that comes with Holden.
I think that's one of the things, that makes her stand out amongst the players, just her field presence, knowing where to be, when to be, and just the skill that comes there also. Uh-oh, a little pushing and shoving coming up.
Looks like the Blazers and the Mean Green still talking a little bit. The referee not happy with those two girls, that they continue to discuss matters after the referee had already blown his whistle, wanted them to just separate. And one of the players, probably both of them, did not like exactly what happened there, so they continue to talk about matters.
Free kick for UAB. It looks like Daughtry is going to come out of goal and take it for us.
So we're pretty high up for her to be coming out and taking a free kick, but with the Blazers down 1-0 early, you got to start trying to push the pace as much as possible early.
I agree. I feel like the Blazers need to go back to where they were at the beginning of the game, find the ball at their feet and play their game. Just get possession of the ball and do what they do best. Get it to their two talented players up top and see if they can make something happen.
They had a really good start to the game, controlling possession, making smart passes. It seemed like ever since that one really sloppy play that kind of got away from us, it seemed like a simple pass that went out of bounds. It seems like ever since then, as North Texas pushing here and the goalie and Holden collide, both of them missed the ball and it squeaks through, but one of the Blazers defenders on the other end, Marin Carter, able to clear the ball away from danger, but certainly a very opportune chance there for the Mean Green that luckily Carter was sitting back and had her goalie's back, so to say, in that matter.
That was a good heads-up play by Marin Carter.
After the long throw-in, Blazers do a nice job of getting the ball back. Certainly having a hard time hanging on to the ball, though, maintaining possession now.
Ball again at Rachel Green's feet, and she pushes forward for your UAB Blazers.
Green comes up the right side here. She's already made a very long run with the ball. Continues to maintain possession as she cuts towards the middle of the field and lays it off for another Blazer. A long cross. Tries to find the top of the box, but one of the Mean Green defenders leaps up and heads the ball forward. North Texas now starts their own counterattack. And it seems like they really are trying to push things a little bit more when they take the ball over in their third of the field. It seems like they're really trying to aggressively counterattack and get things going back the other way and try to add on an insurance goal really at this point.
The Blazers on the offensive push. It's going to be a throw-in down there deep in the corner. This could be a potential scoring opportunity for your UAB Blazers.
I think the Mean Green there just trying to hit the ball out of bounds, just try to reset things. Hopefully it turns out to be opportune for the Blazers. Rachel Green doing an excellent job fighting with 3 North Texas defenders there. She almost comes out the victor, but just a little bit too hard of a touch has the ball go to the goalkeeper, Shaning.
I think that's what Rachel does best. She gets in there and, causes some havoc, causes some confusion, gets a touch on it, and, that touch might be the touch that puts it in the goal.
That's right. As we see the Blazers build up attack again, and one of the Blazers forwards gets taken down. That looked like Megan Hudgens taken down on her way. What really seemed to be it was going to be a breakaway opportunity, a one-on-one chance with the goalie, and she's taken down from the side. But according to the referee, no foul given there. That probably would have been a penalty kick. It looked like she'd just gotten inside the line.
Yeah, that's a surprise that the whistle wasn't blown on that one to me.
And that was
like she came from behind, got her while she was on the offensive. She had no real play on the ball. I don't know why the whistle wasn't called there.
I guess the ref must have thought or seen with his eyes that she got ball before taking down Hudgens. The last an unfortunate play for the Blazers that they don't get the call there and don't get the opportunity to even get a shot off after a really nice job of working it downfield quickly there after taking the ball back. But the Blazers back with the ball again. Rachel Green trying to shake defenders here in the middle of the field. She tries to lay a ball forward to Hudgens. Well, the North Texas team clears it out of bounds. First sub of the game is going to be coming in for the Blazers. Number 15, Jessica Doe, is going to be checking in for Paige Mary. As we now have a break in the action, Doe will check in here for Mary. The swap that happened in the starting lineup, really Mary getting her first career start. Doe starting the game on the bench for the first time this season. Doe, an electric player for the Blazers in the midfield. She leads the team with 4 goals and 9 points. Also has an assist on her record so far this year. So definitely an electrifying presence to bring off the bench. And this is a team that's had their opportunities so far early in the game. Only really has 1 shot on target, but certainly has had a couple threatening opportunities.
I think that's what the Blazers need right now. Somebody that's going to be a presence in the middle that can bring that ball down, can calm down, and not playing the Mean Greens, a fast-paced, aggressive game, but, play the UAB, bring the ball to the feet, and just, some presence in the center. I think that's what the Blazers are looking for right now.
And right there, again, you saw a little bit more of that Green. Again, she has really dominated possession amongst any of the players so far in this game. Once again, in the middle of the field, she tried to lay it off to her left side, but was unable to find the feet of any Blazers. North Texas making their first sub of the game here. Number 12, Lauren Bruffett, a forward, is going to be checking into this game.
Looks like she's coming in for Katie Gernsbacher?
Number 4, forward for a forward. Yeah, these North Texas numbers certainly aren't the easiest to read when they have white numbers on the back, and when they have the green and white stripes, the number kind of cuts in with the stripes. It's kind of hard to make out every now and then, unfortunately. But alas, here we are. It's a very common kind of soccer kit having the stripes. Usually you have a color number that kind of stands out from those two blends that you have the stripe with, but North Texas has decided, obviously, not to do that, just to play with us broadcasters and staff people, trying to make us do our jobs wrong.
It can't be easy for us, can it?
No.
That one going off Jessica Doe's foot for a Mean Green throw-in.
It's certainly going to be interesting to see how Doe handles coming off the bench here, as opposed to starting. She came on not that long ago, and about the 21st minute of action, she came out as a very, very long shot from North Texas there. Goes way high over the net.
Like you said, it's going to be interesting to see, if Doe brings that presence that they need off the bench to calm the ball down, or, her not starting tonight, if that's going to, play with her psyche a little bit.
And her being a sophomore as well, it's not something that she's going to have a ton of experience with. Even if she did come off the bench last year, still only being in her second year in a Blazer uniform is not something that, especially this year, as we talked about, this being the first game she hasn't started, it's certainly a very different mindset having to come off the bench. As one of the Blazers on attack here, able to shrug off a defender. North Texas manages to push the ball out of bounds, though. UAB still has the ball, still in the attacking third.
Looked like Megan Hudgens over there trying to place the ball central, but was unable to do so.
Hudgens again with the ball there as well, and that one a foot put in there by a Texas defender as Hudgens looked to try to center the ball. It looked like a long pass, just went by everybody for the North Texas team, and Daughtry gets on the other end of it and scoops it up.
It looked like you have Rachel Holden there sitting on that UAB Blazer defensive line, waiting for that ball to be played. Like you said before, she has great field presence.
Yeah, it seems like her up top there, as well as Torres, Torres seems to sit the highest up there. Kind of looks like she's trying to play more like a false nine kind of role, where she kind of sits up top there, but as the attack starts to build, she'll fall back and kind of take on possession of the ball and try to play things around, whereas they utilize Holden and Sutton more on the edges, trying to attack and get into the box and get scoring opportunities. A foul there on North Texas, sets up a free kick for the Blazers. This one played right to the top of the box. The first bounce misses everybody. North Texas boots the ball high into the air, but the Blazers were able to at least originally come down with the ball. And they're going to get the benefit of the call there. Referee saying that it hit off a North Texas defender. And they're going to change the call, actually. So we'll be back in the possession of the Mean Green.
That's an offsides call by our linesman.
Right now, just one shot on target for UAB. That one's saved by Shaning. For North Texas, they managed to get two shots on target. Both of them corralled by Daughtry, but the own goal from the Blazers right now has them trailing 1-0 to the number 2 team in Conference USA. So two of the players get tangled up there, holding the one for North Texas, trying to break in behind the Blazer defense, but unable to do so as their feet tangle. No call, rightfully so. It seemed like both those players just kind of got tripped up. Not really the intent of either person.
North Texas substitution, number 23.
It looks like we have number 23, Madeline Gadarian, coming in for the Mean Green.
Yeah, she will be checking in here. Looks like
For Dominique James.
so swap on the defense for the Mean Green.
Both looks like a freshman.
For the high majority of this game, the Blazers have been controlling possession. Most of this game has been played in the North Texas half. So not too surprising one of the first subs we see, only the second sub we see from the Mean Green, happens to be on the defensive side.
Looks like the UAB Blazers are back in the attack. Work in the middle. Going left. Stopped by your North Texas Mean Green.
Yeah, it seems to be the hardest part that the Blazers keep struggling with. They push the ball up through the middle of the field, and it's when they try to lay it off to the sides that things kind of fall apart. As Holden tries to play a through ball in there, but that one stepped in front of by the UAB defense. A great job to break things up there. Looks like Presado was the one that got in there and broke that play up. Green building things up again. She takes a shot. That one deflects off a Mean Green defender, and ultimately Shaney comes up to grab the ball. That one's certainly a dangerous opportunity. Rachel Green that time deciding to take things upon herself and rip a shot from outside the box. It was certainly a bold effort, but she certainly had some pace behind that one. Nice job by the Mean Green defense to step in the way and eliminate any opportunity.
For
Hold.
sure. She was looking around for somebody to lay it off to. She didn't see anything, so she hit it with her left. And like you said, it had some great pace on it, had potential, but the Mean Green got a foot on it.
And like we said right before that, it seemed to be the Blazers were doing a great job of building a play through the middle, and it was failing when they tried to dish things off. So Rachel Green decided to take things upon herself that time. It's Kate Sabasco about to check in for North Texas. We'll see what the substitution is. Another defender, junior out of Keller, Texas. And she is actually going to check in now.
North Texas substitution number 2, Kat Sabasco.
Coming in for Haley Sutton.
And Sutton a forward. Sutton being a forward for the Mean Green. It looks like Sabasco is actually going to play up top. She is listed as the defender, but she stepped right up there where Sutton had departed from and is sitting at the top of the Mean Green offense. North Texas doing a decent job here of maintaining possession. A lot of throw-ins in a row here for North Texas. Now they try to space things out, get more players into the box, going for a long throw.
For teams that have somebody that can throw that ball in right there, it's almost like a corner kick.
Yeah.
Great scoring opportunity right there.
Yeah, anytime you're able to, like you said, have somebody that can throw in a long ball like that, it really kind of changes the way you think about things defensively, and it just adds another element. As we see a North Texas player surrounded by 2 Blazer defenders there, and a great job by them to collapse on her as she started to approach the corner, suffocate, and get the ball at least back a little bit further away from the net. North Texas hangs on to the ball, shot by Holden there, but that one hits right off the back of a defender, Bree Kuster-Steffen, who was right there applying pressure to Holden and making sure she did not get any free space to let a shot go and get everything behind it that she could, because as we've talked about plenty already, Holden, a very dangerous offensive player for this North Texas team.
And Kelsey Daughtry back there in goal doing a great job for the Blazers.
And really just that one miscommunication right now that led to the own goal. Other than that, this UAB defense has looked pretty good. Again, this North Texas team is 5th in Conference USA in goals scored, 2nd overall in record, as the Blazers called there for an offsides. So possession will go back to North Texas. But certainly some encouraging signs overall for the Blazers. Like we said, down 1-0 due to the fault of the own goal. But overall, other than that one play, the defense has looked great. The offense has done a pretty decent job of building things up, doing a great job of at least attacking the middle. It's just kind of falling apart when they try to play the ball to the wings, and they haven't been able to put too many shots on target so far.
I agree. I think the Blazers, like I've reiterated over and over again, need to find some feet, calm down, play their game. It's definitely a very physical game so far. But yeah, I think we need to find feet and play our game, and we're going to do fine.
So we enter the 33rd minute here. A little fake there from Marin Carter. Looked like she was going to play it to the edge. Decides to turn around, try to play it forward in the middle, but that one doesn't find any Blazers. Cleared out by the Mean Green, and an offsides as the Blazers try to quickly counter. One of the defenders stepped in front of a pass there, tried to quickly play it in over the top of the Mean Green defense, but unfortunately, looked like Rachel Green was the one offsides there. Referee signaling that she was behind the line, came back in front of the line defense, so to say, and then as the ball was played in, she tried to sneak back behind him again, but was behind that line before the ball was played in, unfortunately.
Right. That's the third offsides on their UAB Blazers.
North Texas building things up here. A long shot. That one looked like she's trying to tuck it into the right post there, but Daughtry able to jump up and snag things away. Not a ton of pace behind that ball, but not the easiest shot either to go up and grab. Blazers quickly counterattacking here, and a diving shot there from UAB is saved by Shaning. Rachel Green, once again, the one creating opportunities here for the Blazers. Really well struck ball there. She had to, make an awkward move to get good pace behind it, but in the end, struck the ball well and put it on net, which is the main thing the Blazers have been lacking so far in their offensive opportunities.
I think Coach Warren has seen something on the North Texas defense is switch Rachel from the right side to the left side, and it looks like we've pulled 21.
Megan Hudgens
over here to the right side. So I think Coach Warren has seen something and has made a shift mid half.
Yeah, we saw Rachel Green carrying the ball up predominantly on the right side to start things off, and now, as we see right here, as the ball's launched over her head, she's right over there on that left side.
Looks like we're fixing to have a substitution for the Blazers. 22 for 7.
It's going to be Courtney Caraway. It's going to be coming in for Carolyn Carrer. And North Texas also going to have a sub here as Brittany Lowen will be checking in the game for North Texas. We'll find out shortly who she's coming in for, as the Mean Green Cross finds nobody. Leads to a goal kick for Daughtry, but before that we're going to get the substitutions. As Caraway comes in for Carrer, again for the Blazers, and for North Texas, Lowen. Waiting to see who she is coming in for. Looks like number 8, Taylor Torres, the forward. So Lowen will likely be playing that right wing position. Holden, amongst the 3 forwards that started, Holden the only one still out there playing that left wing spot. Lowen up there at the right wing now, and Sabasco is the other one up top. She's playing more that 9 role, that furthest up position, at least until the attack kind of builds up.
The Blazers take back possession. Doe going to the feet of
Caraway, immediately getting involved in the action there, but defender bear down on her immediately, and she was unable to get to the end of the pass. Blazers, after a little bit of back and forth, still had the ball though, and lose possession. A long ball played ahead here. North Texas making a run along the line there.
Right.
And that one just touched out of bounds by the Blazers, it looks like. Excuse me, it was the Mean Green who last touched that ball, and it'll be another goal kick for Daughtry.
Just another good test of the UAB defense, showing that they can hold. Like you said, minus that one miscommunication there in the beginning, the UAB defense has held strong throughout this game so far.
Yeah, they're really looking good, and for the most part, it's been as a foul called there on the Blazers, a bump in the back there by, it looked like Marin Carter from the UAB midfield. I think for the most part too, I mean, overall it really has been strictly that back 4 line of the Blazers defense has played well. It seems like the midfield is generally playing up as the Blazers are down 1-0, so they're trying to apply a little bit more pressure up top, leaving the back 4 to kind of handle things by themselves, not rely on the help of the midfield, and they're doing an excellent job so far. North Texas takes this free kick, plays it into the right side of the box. Blazers headed away though, and Caraway manages to find the ball. Hudgens works over and finds it, leads it up to Doe. So Blazers trying to quickly counterattack. Hudgens here, dribbling the ball to the middle. She decides to keep it for herself, even though she had Green on the left. Green cuts inside, and after her first touch, the North Texas team tries to clear it towards the left sideline. Caraway managed to get on the end of it, but could not bring the ball down with the header, and it scoots out of bounds.
I think that was just a great play there by Hudgens, having the heads-up play to see Green coming across from left to right and laying the ball off to her, and then Green one maybe a little mistouch, but it was a great play by the UAB Blazers, 2 forwards up there up top.
Yeah, I think overall too, when you first looked at things, it seemed like Hudgens was going to lay it off to the left before she kind of decided to cut into the middle there. She had to hang on to it. Looked like the North Texas Central backs kind of stepped up a little bit, expecting that immediate pass. She laid the through ball in behind to try to find Green, and a nice job of getting back, of making up for their mistake, the center backs there, to clear the ball away. UAB quickly back in possession, though, again. Hudgens delivering the ball up the right side. Just holding off the defender. She manages to play it in. Looked like Green there just tried to get a foot on it, unable to do so. A shot there by Carter. Hits the chest of a Mean Green player. The clearance, though, denied by the Blazers at midfield as they quickly regain control of the ball. Doe now in possession of the ball in the midfield. Rachel Green back on her feet after that opportunity. She tries to play a ball through, and that's stopped by the North Texas defense.
You know, I think when we saw Hudgens bring it up on the right and then play that beautiful cross right across the open face of the goal, I think, you know, the Blazers, instead of, you know, going central like we've been doing most of the game, just, you know, spread it wide, get that Mean Green defense spread out, and then that was a beautiful cross, and hopefully, you know, just get a touch on it. Bound to go in.
40th minute here of action. Yeah, that ball greatly played in by Hudgens. Green just unable to get a foot on it right there, though. So certainly encouraging signs here from the Blazers. The two teams about even in shots on target, at least. UAB with 2, North Texas with 3 shots on target. Right now, 22 is about to check in for North Texas. It's going to be Kelsey Slater, and she'll be stepping in for number 7, Stephanie Gerbe. UAB holding on to possession right near the end line there. And according to the referee, it was the Blazer forward, Hudgens, who had the last touch before it went out of bounds. Actually, it's Davis that's going to be checking out for North Texas here. Number 11, Marshall Davis, as she checks out of the game for the first time.
We'll come down to the last 5 minutes of regular time here in the first half. What are your thoughts so far?
I think overall the Blazers have definitely shown very encouraging signs. They've controlled possession throughout this game. The attack's fallen apart a little bit when they get near the box trying to play the ball to the edge, and due to that, they've been unable to get shots on target, as we see a foul here called on the Blazers. A sliding attempt by Carter to break the play up, but just gets a piece of the Mean Green player there, and the referee blows that one dead. I think the back line of the Blazers definitely look very good as well.
I think the going into half, you know, the Blazers should definitely keep that head up. You know, minus that one miscommunication, that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've looked very good. Like you said, that back line looking strong. You have Daughtry and goal back there that's strong, and you have, you know, very potential. You have great opportunities by your forwards up top, by midfield. There's definitely been some golden opportunities, and this might be one of them coming from your UAB Blazers.
North Texas clears the ball out, just trying to reset the defense again there, get things back under control, slow the pace down a little bit. It's like Jessica Doe coming short there, but the Blazers decided to throw the ball in a little closer to the box. Green was held up a little bit there by the Mean Green defense. Last touch coming off the North Texas defense there, and that sets up a corner kick here for the Blazers. Number 6, Natalie Presato, I believe, the one taking the corner here, and she plays in a great job by her to get it into the box right near the goalkeeper, but Shaning matches that effort, coming out to erase any opportunity for the Blazers. We're now under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. North Texas up 1-0 off an own goal from the Blazers. A miscommunication on the defense. Daughtry came up to try to jump on a low cross and clear things away. One of the Blazer defenders, though, trying to clear the ball away herself, out of bounds behind the net. Unfortunately, though, didn't get all of the ball that she wanted and just kind of chipped it in over the net. Green here decides to take a long shot, and that one fails to find the back of the net as well for the Blazers.
Green out there looking tired. I think, it's playing the whole 45 has definitely put a toll on her. So I think, half is well needed for her to get, some rest, some hydration, get back out there. Hopefully we'll see like I said, rehydrated, Green with some more energy.
Green certainly has to do a lot for this Blazers team. A junior midfielder, she started all 14 games now this year for the Blazers, one of only 3 players to be out there at the start of every single game for UAB. And being in that midfield role, she's asked to really control possession a lot, create, but also get up front and try to help out and get shots herself. So certainly a lot required from the junior midfielder, but she is, for the most part this season, stepped up to that task. As North Texas now pressuring, really seems like they're trying to turn things up a little bit as we come to the close of the first half, and Holden with an excellent opportunity, but she's ruled offsides. That shot just hits off the left post and goes out of bounds anyway, so even without the offsides, crisis averted, so to say.
Yes. And that's the 1 minute warning for the first half. But that was, once again, just Holden, great field presence, that one touch from that cross, for the Blazers. Luckily she was offsides, and, it was a little wide left of the post. But once again, great field presence and just great one touch right there by Holden.
Yeah, excellent job right there by her. Right now, about 35 seconds left on the clock. Our clock on the screen is a little bit behind where it currently is at in the first half as we come under 30 seconds. Mean Green forward looking Holding again, who's also the team captain for North Texas, gets tangled up with a UAB player. So we're approaching 15 seconds now here in the first half. North Texas trying to hurry things up and get another free kick going into the box. The 10-second countdown beginning. The free kick played in, and North Texas got ahead to it, but weakly hit. Daughtry able to easily bring that ball in as we go into halftime. North Texas up 1-0. The lone goal coming for the Mean Green off of an own goal. Thoughts so far on the first half of play, Zach?
Like I've said over and over again, the UAB Blazers that came out, it looked like, they were calm. They controlled possession for the main part of the first half, and then, I think we had that miscommunication back there between Daughtry and, the defense, and then, we kind of just, let it go a little bit. The Mean Green, took over, gained control, gained possession. But then, like I said, the back line has been strong. There's been multiple great opportunities by the offense. So I'm looking forward to the second half, and I think it's a great game.
10-minute break here at halftime. We'll be back with you guys shortly. North Texas up 1-0 as we go into the break. UAB Blazers women's soccer.